Jerry, I have you down for a 1:30 with the Huts account. Mr. Jeffries was adamant that speculation about his marital status, bowling scores, and gender-bending excursions be absent from the meeting.
First it's no jumbo hot dogs in my swimming trunks at the public pool, and now this.
For months, I have suspected secret use of our building's common areas by tramps, prostitutes, and Armageddon cultists.
I'd like to announce no formal connection between the ongoing maintenance projects and the respective bathroom and vending machine areas.
But it makes more sense that management has been soiling our food.
As you may know, I enjoy bronzing at relics from my childhood. Unfortunate mishap. My neighbor got a raccoon, which means the baby shoes and boxing gloves in my dresser drawer have disappeared. Fargo, the year 2125. Floating above the city proper, Chud Enterprises employs Jerry, Ruben, Nygard and Susan, service clients, and psychologically stink-palm one another in pursuit of the dystopian, post-apocalyptic American way. Also, there's robots making out. Who left Bukkake videos up on the agenda video board? Sanderson brought his daughter this morning, and I'm not paid to explain to a 9-year-old why a lumberjack would meet and humiliate a nurse in a canoe.
A reminder to Jerry that his 12:30 with the planning department can't be pushed back any further if we're planning on respecting Mr. Abrams' golf tea time, and I hope everyone else understands the dangers involved in stealthily lifting the cheese wheel from my purse.
Please fill yourself up with my fluids. I've discovered a game I think we're all gonna love. It's called Freestyle Murder, where you imagine killing someone you find annoying. I'm thinking Sanderson, pinking shears, vomit-encrusted glass, and the William Tell overage.
One day you're working in Madrid for a firm that neither loves or hates you, and then bam, you're transferred to egg bacon snowballs like a bayonet in the urethra.
Acute observation. Has anyone heard me play my new harmonica? Perhaps its tinny notes can soothe Ruben's tired nerves as he looks at the picture I taped to the underside of his desk of Jesus in a diver's suit stealing Ruben's copy of Crime and Punishment, since I couldn't possibly have been involved.
If you keep touching my stuff, I will shit on your molars.
A pack of dingoes bearing down on a man in a meat diaper, blinded by the stings of foot-long, genetically engineered yellow jackets.
Everyone is aware that tampering with my collection of plastic-sleeved, retro-hunky football cards will result in my reinstatement of a draconian filter on all internet traffic.
Let me tell you a story. As a young man, I got a job working with kids at a German school. On a trip to the North Sea, I jumped into the frigid water and inadvertently exposed myself to students while climbing back on deck. You'd think they would have punished me, but instead everyone laughed, and the whole experience became a paradigm shift for my life. Please twist my spigot and put my fluids inside yourself.
I want to say publicly, I will never use any of you as a reference. Not after my temporary ban from the above ground and the robot drones zip-tying my hands.
A 20-foot diameter magnifying glass trained on the cranium of a man in cement shoes in a kiddie pool with bleach, hepatitis, and fire ants.
Thank you for returning my vintage Jerry Rice without the need for further threat or interrogation.
Someone has absconded with the ink cartridge refills, perhaps as ammunition for an upcoming April Fool's prank involving 2 horses, a garden hose, and an unhealthy amount of conscious denial. Now, Ruben, you make a good patsy, and I hope we can end today with trust falls. I'd like to remind everyone that no connection between refreshments, the men's room, and the truck on the loading dock can or should be linked to the cameras floating to catch each flavor-filled bite.
With 2 prospective investors for the Drone Blake software project requiring escorts for the airport at 11, I'm issuing a reminder to everyone that any plans for pantsless bring-your-own brown bag lunch need to be canceled, and the mustard packets for the downstairs hot dog vendor should be returned as per request by building security.
Inappropriate segue. My landlord asked me to caulk the windows, which I did with the aid of adult candles and mood music. When the screens warped in the spring and paint began to peel, he sent his 16-year-old niece over to finish the job properly, and I had no choice but to ask for her hand in marriage.
I keep a personal logger running at all times for legal purposes.
Ruben, you know we're the only 2 sane people here.
Mail call for anyone who likes candy. Looks like Stamos Corp fucked up their packaging. Some joker in the design department altered the decal, so who wants to join me in some butt fudge peanut brittle?
Sure, NASA gets some hype and big funding, but at the 2126 Model Train Expo, I will be showing off a vintage Lionel Standard Gauge 381E, which, as you can imagine, will turn some heads.
Personal aversion. When I see guys set drinks on the tops of urinals in public restrooms, I don't assume nobody's peed on the top beneath the handle, and it's just a matter of time before you rest the drink on your leg and later trail your fingers over the fabric and go for a popcorn kernel between your teeth, and now it's in your mouth. Which is in no way related to the rupturing septic system slowly filling the walls with filth, which isn't happening in the first place.
Would anyone like a staple through the back of the hand?
It's probably better that footage of the lunar landing doesn't include a smell recording of balls and feet. Perhaps my wetness can sustain your dry mouth. Has anyone heard the theory that Neil Armstrong had tiny feet and an abnormally large manhood?
If I could take a monorail to the moon, I would. Tracks like a chain to a gleaming pearl, waiting for the money shot. That is what I live for.
Let's talk coworker solidarity. Now, let's say due to a gremlin streak, I go up to a street tough and give him a sneaky crotch kick from behind. Clearly, the ruffian is angry. Now, do I throw sand in his face, or do you help me, Ruben, with a balls-out nail gun attack to keep this wannabe gangster off my ass? Moreover, let's say I wake up to a dog humping my face, full in the knowledge that this is my neighbor's retaliation for hitting his son in the face with bleach water balloons. Now, if I can go to the police with proof that he picked my lock, does that make the most sense? Or do I get his son with a sneaky crotch kick from behind?
Everything here closes at 2 a.m. Is this city run by some commie, scandy old men who watch through the cameras undressing you with their eyes?
Listen, while we're all talking here, heretics, hedonists, and whoremongers are fighting a war on Christmas. Let's all take some time to think about that.
Has everyone followed my link to the animated short on the flatulent donkey? I'm thinking we have to make it company policy. And am I morally opposed to forcing the elderly to eat their adult diapers? Well, that depends.
Okay, Jerry, tone down now.
The best part is where the donkey goes back in time and gets locked in the lunar module with Buzz Aldrin. This is one small step for man, one giant leap.
Many people believe in vampires, about which I am up in the air. I believe that if they do exist, they should pay taxes.
Remarkable dream. Spanking it in a carriage drawn entirely by Puritans is even more profound when I wake to discover myself in a stable dressed entirely in black. Did you watch the donkey video yet? He goes off like a cannon. I'm willing to bet the support group for people enjoying facial urination has a unique IP address.
Do not underestimate the power of green felt. As a grass substitute for a 1-to-100 city, we should be so lucky as to be felt up.
I'd say you drive me crazy, but you don't have a license, do ya?
Twice, as an adult, I've lost control of my bowels in a public place. Once was on the grass of a highway shoulder during rush hour traffic, and the other was while shooting baskets following a meal of sausages and diced ham. One important thing is getting enough vitamin D, because get a little depleted, and there you are, walking through a hospital lobby with your dick in your hand. Jerry, that is over the line, and by over the line I mean over the celestial bridge that allows demons to fill your eyeballs with pus and eat your brain while your genitals burn at the bottom of a festering, pungy stick acid bath. There is a manicurist downtown, and she gives hand jobs all day long. I'll get the schnapps.